Okay, so this is what? I guess this will start from here and let me check the voice. Okay, that's okay. So I wasn't expecting much from this anime, and but once I started playing it, so it's a series. It's about Naruto, who belongs to the Hidden Leaf Village. These are his comrades, and these are the Hokage of the Hidden Leaf Village, one of the five great shinobi villages story revolves about. And so one of the five great shinobi villages. And the Hidden Leaf Village belongs in Land of Fire. Interesting stone faces, symbolisms, symbols, pretty interesting. And these are the five Hokage. No, sorry, these are the seven Hokage. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. This language is also interesting. For example, their name is like Naruto. Like, can I type it here? Just a second. Oopsie. Apologies. So it's like what I am trying to say is like it's interesting. Their names Naruto his comrade Sakura. Two English letters and so on. That's my point. Kind of lost, like, how should I start it and how should I not start it? So let's see. So the story revolves about Naruto, who belongs in a hidden leaf village in a land of fire, one of the five great shinobi village, and the symbols full of symbols, five elements of earth, fire, water, land. No, earth, water, fire, air, or wind, lightning, ether. So the five Hokage, and this is the first one, Naruto, 200 episodes. It's like, then comes Naruto Shippuden. It's about 500 episodes. These are the Hidden Leaf Village Hokages, the first five Hokage, the sixth Hokage. So yeah, that's how the episode goes. 200 episodes, then 500 episodes. Then comes Naruto's son, Boruto, Naruto Next Generation. The last episode was most interesting, 293. And this is ongoing on the manga, Boruto 2 Blue Vortex. There's a really interesting theme in a lot of things. I don't know how much you can relate to it or not, or maybe only those people can relate who have watched it. I don't know, but it really touched my heart, bottom of my heart. Why do you study the colors, Naruto's uniform hair to hair, that blue orangish and hair, dark orangish and black, Sakura from hair to hair, Sasuke from hair to hair, Kakashi, Hatake, and Sasuke's brother. What was his name? Itachi Uchiha. So, two people that really clicked, that two characters that really clicked me, their lines, as I'm trying to find the answers of my questions. So, one of the things that I really liked in here was teacher was assigned three students, like here, Kakashi Hatake, one of my favorite teacher, Sasuke, Sakura, and Naruto. Walking down a path without knowing where you really want to go. The uncertainty. Having a grace period like that isn't so bad. But if that's all you end up doing, you will come up against barriers that you wouldn't be able to break. These are the same lines, like it's in Naruto and it's also in Boruto. But this second line, I'm not able still, I'm trying to make sense of it. But if that's all you end up doing, you will come up against barriers that you wouldn't be able to break. The teacher's story is really interesting, intriguing, at least to me. The next line, to know what is right and to choose to ignore, it is the act of coward. And that's why I really don't, it really doesn't resonate with me that hadith where if something's going wrong, so first you do some action. If you are that weak, okay, just say it through your words. And if you are really that weak, you can't do the both, then just be aware in your heart. That's the weakest Muslim, correct, sign. I don't think so. It should be there should be action. And that's what makes us pathetic Muslims, you know. We are all just duas, and duas and prayers and reciting Quran and nothing in action. Our character doesn't speak. We don't have an integrity. That's just my observation. I'm just thinking out loud. So to know what is right and to choose to ignore is the act of coward. So without action and ignoring just because it's not happening with my family or someone that I love or someone that is my concern, it's happening to my neighbor or some else human, that's okay. I don't think so. There's no time like the present, I guess. It reminds me of Eckhart Tolle book, Now, The Importance of Now. In society, those who don't have many abilities tend to complain more. Can't agree more with that. Forget about revenge. The fate of those who seek revenge is grim. It's tragic. You will end up suffering. You will end up hurting yourself even more. Even if you do succeed in getting revenge, the only thing that remains is emptiness. Because that's what he tried to say his student Sasuke, Uchiha, but he couldn't. So that was a warning to his student before he chose the path to Orochimaru. Orochimaru. Where is the pronunciation? So the only thing that remains is emptiness. Yes. I guess also, for example, my friend today was discussing, I can't forgive them because they make my mother cry. But at the end, it will just make your soul heavy. You have to move on. Let go that resistance of things going according to you, making us control freak. The hole in one's heart gets filled by others around you. I don't know. These days I'm really silently crying twice a day. And I'm not sure about it, but it still made me, you know, questioning myself once again. The hole in one's heart gets filled by others around you. Suicide doesn't end pain, it just give it to another person. Endless learning is the path to mastery. It's all about the finding the calm in the chaos. And chaos is uncertainty, and chaos is letting go that control freak inside ourselves, which is the ego in our minds. So finding the calm in the chaos, going with the flow, surrendering, but to which extent? Numbing the pain for a while will make it worse when you finally feel it. Oh, yeah, ask me about that. I used to numb my pain listening to music, but when you finally feel it, it's like a ticking bomb. It's turning into a ticking bomb. Then Kakashi, Hatake, and this Naruto's homeschool teacher are talking with each other. So he's giving him advice, his junior. Perhaps you have forgotten a basic rule of teaching. You can't open the mind of another unless you yourself have an open mind. And the next favorite character that really resonated with me and his lines, and as he is the eldest brother and I am the eldest sibling in my home, so lots of things resonated with me, and that's what I'm sharing here. So I started collecting these lines and quotes after listening to this. His before he died, this is Itachi Uchiha. So before he died, the last two especially scenes with his younger brother Sasuke Uchiha. And this is really something I'm trying to observe in the life, you know. Each of us lives dependent and bound by our individual knowledge and our awareness. All that is what we call reality. However, both knowledge and awareness are equivocal. One's reality might be another's illusion. We all live inside our own fantasies. Itachi, Uchiha. There was another quote in which it was about what's one intoxication or intoxicated for once maybe is a medicine to another. So maybe what's for one person frequency is resonating, for others like it's not resonating. Make sense? Okay. So he, the Itachi Uchiha, the elder brother of Sasuke, I became the villain, so you could live long enough to become the hero to his younger brother. And this is really like right now what I am going through. So tell me where I should go. To the left where nothing is right. For me, it is. Okay, let me first complete it. So tell me where I should go. To the left where nothing is right, or to the right where nothing is left. So to me, these lines are really, it's like, so tell me where should I go? To the left, for me, the left is Islam. Because the more I study religion, the more non-religious I become. Like you start seeing the contradictions. And so to left where nothing is right, or to the right where I don't know how to pursue it is full of uncertainty, that path. So yeah, let's move on. Knowledge and awareness are vague and perhaps better called illusions. Everyone lives within their own subjective interpretation. So what's one's for one's illusion, another's for another, it's reality. People live their lives bound what they accept as correct and true. That's how they define reality. What does it mean to be correct? What does it mean to be true? Merely vague concepts because it's subjective. The reality may all be a mirage, illusion, Maya. Can we consider them to simply be living in their own world, shaped by their own beliefs? It's foolish to fear what we have yet to say and know. And that's really intriguing. Like, we fear what we don't understand. For example, in Pakistani normal family, we fear English just because we don't speak it. We fear just because it's just, I don't know, it's just funny. Somebody's speaking English. That doesn't make somebody superior or inferior. So it's foolish to fear what we have yet to see or what we have yet to know. Why do we fear the unknown? Why do we fear the uncertainty? Why do we fear a path less traveled? Why do we fear standing alone, even if we know that is the true path? True change can't be made if it is bound by laws, limitations, predictions, and imagination. So the culture, tradition, this stuff bound us. We're just too rigid. This is the only way. Because if you observe, nature is not rigid. Nature is really flexible. You focus on the trivial and lose sight of what's most important. Change is impossible. In the fog of ignorance, how can we evolve when regulation is all we know? Itachi Uchiha. Yeah, now the next quotes are regarding the acknowledgement. Those who can't acknowledge themselves will eventually fail. I'm trying to understand the meaning of acknowledge. Those who can't accept themselves, admit the existence of themselves, the truth of themselves, allow themselves, recognize the importance of themselves. So let's move on. Now I feel that, okay, here the pain and Naruto are fighting. But the quote is from Itachi Uchiha. Now I feel that maybe knowing who I actually am, who am I? Know yourself, know thyself. Now I feel that maybe knowing who I actually am is the key to reach perfection, because that means knowing what I can and knowing what I cannot do, knowing our limits. Those who forgive themselves and are able to accept their true nature, acknowledge themselves. They are the strong ones. Two things: forgive themselves, or you may say, yeah, forgive themselves. Number two, accept your true nature. And sorry, three, acknowledge yourself. He who forgives and acknowledges himself, that is what it truly means to be strong. So I'm asking myself what I do consciously and unconsciously. Those who cannot acknowledge themselves will eventually fail. If you want to know who you are, you have to look at your real self. You have to look at your real self and acknowledge what you see. What do you see? What do I see in my real self? Growth. Growth occurs when one's gone, when one goes beyond one's limit. Realizing that is also part of training. Uchiha Itachi. People lie. People lives. People lives don't end when they die. It ends when they lose faith. People's lives don't end when they die. It ends when they lose faith. But faith is uncertainty, isn't it? We are humans, not fish. We don't know what kind of people we truly are until the moment before our deaths. As death comes to embrace you, you will realize what you are. That's what that is. Don't you think? Time doesn't heal anything. There is a Urdu saying, you know, waqt वक्त सब्र देता है या वक्त तसल्ली देता है, something like that along those lines. वक्त वक्त सब कुछ ठीक कर देता है, I don't know. So time doesn't heal anything. It just teaches us how to live with pain. यानी वक्त के साथ साथ. I don't know what am I doing and speaking. Teachings that do not speak of pain have no meaning. For humankind can't gain anything in return. So pain is important. Suffering is important. We should sit with our suffering, with our silence. Oh, the pain character. He's really interesting, Nagado. Sometimes you must hurt in order to know that knowing again. Fall, you must fall in order to grow. You must lose in order to gain. Because life's greatest lessons are learned through pain. We're just ordinary people driven to revenge in the name of justice. One's vengeance is another's justice. But if revenge is called justice, then that justice breeds yet more revenge and more. It becomes a chain of hatred. Somebody has to stop it for peace, harmony. It is not wise to judge others based on your own preconceptions and by their appearances. We have done Pakistani people PhD in this thing, judging others like we are God. It is not wise to judge others based on your own preconceptions and by their appearances. Oh, you become one with nature. Sit still, Naruto Sage mode. When you cease your flow of animal instincts, lower chakra, red, orange, yellow, and harmonize with the flow of nature, you will be able to sense nature energy for the first time. Animal instincts, talking without any agenda. Talk, 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 eat, sleep, 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 purposeless, meaningless life. And this is, I guess, when will I understand that? You must find your answer by yourself. Naruto's talking to his father, Minato. You must find your answer by yourself. If you don't like your destiny, don't accept it. Instead, have the courage to change it the way you want it to be. Once you question your own belief, it's over. Naruto Uzumaki. Okay, and also Uzumaki clan symbol. Circle. This is hidden leaf symbol. Don't aim for success if you want it. Just do what you love. Aim to know what you love. I still don't know what I love. And believe in, and it will come naturally. Darasengan, Hokage 2, Tobito. I'm not sure. Sasuke, Naruto. It wasn't in this scene, but it was an interesting quiz kind of question-like line. Close the blade, calm the heart. I love these songs, their song translation before this episode and after. My knee is still shaking like I was 12. When cultivate your hunger before you idealize, motivate your anger to make them all realize. Climbing the mountain, never coming down. Break into the contents, never falling down. And then it starts now, the Naruto son, the next generation. It's the same one. Walking down a path without knowing where you really want to go, having a grace period like that isn't so bad. But if that's all you end up doing, you will come up against barriers that you wouldn't be able to break. The second was what's in front of your eyes isn't everything. You only think it's everything. mostly we are just like surface focused. There are things that don't come into view unless you change your way of thinking and your perception. One can't run away from destiny. Again, there is a lot of, lines, scenes regarding destiny and fate, and I'm still unable to understand the fate and destiny and the faith. So this old Pa and Boruto, Naruto's Uzumaki-san, is stuck in a barrier. Yeah. And so he's teaching him, you found bamboo leaves and the shells, didn't you? I get it. That means there is a material for utensils and insects that we can eat. We didn't realize that, and that's the problem, child. Young people these days are all about learning, but no real life resourcefulness. But no real life resourcefulness. In order to get out of barrier, you must find the heart stone that is yours and yours alone. For me, it's like your destiny, your heart. What does your heart says to do? But that is only possible for those who have the will to train, right? All you have is desire to leave this place, lacking the action. If you realize or grasp something while you are here, you will obtain the heartstone. Who thought of a stupid rule like that? It seems, child, you have a bad habit of looking at things on the surface. Inside everyone's heart is a stone that belongs only to them. Again, like this duality thing, surface versus depth, exoteric knowledge versus esoteric is surface, mostly can understand, but esoteric is hidden, deeper, inner meanings, and within more. There are many sides to a person, and what we see is not everything. Then he's talking to his friend. Boruto is talking to Orochimaru son, child, there are many sides to one's will. He actually left his comrades first to find himself. Remember him saying that? I think it means that it's only natural to question yourself and to not know what it even is that clearly. Your desire, number one, your desire to save the village, and number two, your desire to know more about yourself, more about yourself. They're both a part of your will. And this is Orochimaru. These lines hit me. Meeting and parting with many kinds of people. At times, becoming lost and wandering alone is also necessary. The uncertain path, the path which you don't know where it's leading you to. Now he's talking to Naruto's daughter, the principal, because she's confused. Should she choose a path to become a shinobi like her father Naruto and brother and Boruto and mother Hinata, the Himawari? Also being unsure about what path to take and feeling doubt and feeling anxiety is only natural. And this is something, I'm just questioning it because when you study the Tartarian age, so this technology, it's being discussed there as well before aeroplanes. Now that was really sweet scene. That's Inoji's mother, and that's Inoji. That's his father side. So he's just talking to his son that your mother doesn't want to force her wishes onto you. This was also interesting after I read that Frederick Lenz's book, you know, which to me, according to my understanding, is relationships and possessions are distractions. So Baruto is having a conversation. But don't you think this gives you a sense of freedom? Now Baruto is asking, what do you mean? Whenever you obtain something, you start feeling like you don't want to lose that thing, or you start feeling like you need more, ego wanting more and more. It's never enough. More money, more this, more that, blah. I just don't like being constrained by things like that. Why do we fear the unknown? People reject and fear unfamiliar powers. Why do we fear? What's crucial is that you are always prepared to accept whatever result that choice yields, no matter what it is. Being responsible for whatever you choose, instead of blaming it on others. Manga, yeah, the Boruto 2 Blue Vortex. It was really interesting because this is what I have started questioning. Every book that here, it lacks the answer I am looking for. This world is strange. The more knowledge you acquire, the more questions arise. The more I try to understand, the less I know. I realize that the less I know. I guess knowledge only makes us aware, or knowledge only makes us aware about our own ignorance. Truly, this world keeps raising one question after another. The universe is full of mysteries. Okay, this is really interesting. The pre-science concept. Koji is talking about Koji Kashin. He's a copy of a really interesting teacher, Master Jiraiya was the master of Hokage 4, Naruto's father, and also of Naruto. So the ability to see all possible futures. Our future isn't simply one straight line. Yeah, it's not hierarchical approach. It's more like relational approach, circular. It's a battle between destinies, so to speak. This may sound obvious to you, but our future isn't simply one straight line, one straight path. These are possibilities, the wheels going on. Many narratives get snuffed out based on which branch of each multi-forked crossroad is taken. It's a battle between destinies, so to speak. One question, aren't things just gonna happen a certain way, no matter what? So seeing all sorts of future, how is that useful? As I mentioned earlier, there are infinite possible futures. Are there parallel universes? And through you learning about this now, our future has already started to change, one tick at a time. Koji Kashin. Yeah, that was really interesting. In general, intellectual curiosity seeks experiences that leads to new emotions and new knowledge. So new emotions plus new knowledge equal to experiences and is equal to intellectual curiosity. The greater you diverge from the track called fate, so there is a track that is fate, and become a singularity, a heretical existence, which makes the future unstable. Singularity. And the duty of singularities of fate, a really interesting, intriguing concept, is to aid paths to good future from the shadows. You followed your heart. Every movie, everywhere, there's this esoteric line, know yourself, follow your heart, not the follow your dopaminic heart. I, me, myself, ego wants right now for ourselves. To carry it going against village, going against laws, going against your fellows, to carry it out without any proof of the truth, to do what you believe was right. Keep following your heart. Because I run from myself. I can't tackle the reality in front of me. I need to start by accepting myself. One must be continuously cautious about what and how much to tell who in order to ensure things move towards the ideal future. Ideal. And that each person is connected to this line can be turned into a receiver. They're talking about energy, frequency, vibration, Tesla, and used to sense the vibration of objects in their vicinity. So they're using this energy, frequency, vibration to know their enemy. Vibrations. Every object emits vibrations with a unique wave frequency. Again, fate has already started shifting. Ta-da! That's all. What the heck? Are you telling me